The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. No, NBA SGPN. Don't use their promo code. Use ours. NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Don't need no voice, no guys. Me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, enough of that.
How about if you sweep it out?
Although,
can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
I would like to say, Scott, I felt we were right about a lot of things. I just chose wrong. But
yeah, we got the underdog right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like, lock, dog, cool, underdog, and by the hook. Very, very good, very good. Scott Studio Right Show. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, so I technically swept. Technically. I did actually pull off an impossible feat in gambling. I won a play and lost money, which is a pretty interesting, I'd say, scenario there. Because I had Asia Wilson to lead the game in scoring, and it was a dead heat because Alicia Gray I thought was going to destroy her, and then she didn't score for like the last 8 minutes. And Asia came back. They both had 24. Yep. But since it was a dead heat, I got a reduced payout. So I lost about 1/10 of a unit. So I technically won, but I lost money, which is almost impossible. But technically that's a win. And then I won my dog parlay. Shout out to Stewie for not rebounding again with John Quelback. And I had the Liberty to cover the spread. Monster second half by the Liberty. But either way, that was a massive underdog price. That was in the 200s. But I technically swept, but I lost money on the lock. So I don't really know how to grade that, but I'll take it. That's 2 wins and the underdog entry. So can't complain.
I think I'm supposed to play this.
I think so. I won, I guess.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gambling. Gambling just works like that sometimes. All right.
It's only dead heat, though. It's the only way you could actually win a bet and lose money.
Yeah. Shout out to the books that they don't care. Dead heat, they pay out all the way. It's not a lot of those out there.
I specified FanDuel, so I'm using their rules for that.
All right. Let's see. We got 3 games here on the slate, Scott. Shouldn't take too long. We will get through all of it. But first, got to remind everybody that the Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32 NFL team previews, and they're bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out a 1-word of a 32-word phrase, and you can submit the phrase for a chance to win $1,000 Circa future. So you can, what was my word? I did the Giants one. I think it was day. It was day. Yep. So there you go. I cheated. I gave you one, but now you got to go listen to all the other ones to get all the other words too. So go check them out over there at the Sports Gambling Podcast. All right. First game up, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We've got the Los Angeles Sparks on the road going to play Connecticut Sun. Sun catching 169.5 is the total. That total has jumped since last night, Scott. I saw it at 167.5. It's up to 169.5 now. That's almost in the 170s here. Let's see. Injury report, if anything. We got Marina Mabry is the big news for the Connecticut Sun. She is probable to play. Looks like we're going to get the Marina Mabry return finally. And then for Los Angeles, let me just scour through Underdog. Shout out to Underdog WNBA. Yeah, nothing popping up here, Scott. All right. LA's got back-to-back wins over the course of the All-Star break. I
They
think
look pretty good.
they closed the game better than I thought.
Yeah.
When they took the lead over in the second quarter and they were leading by half and they were up a little bit in the third, I was like, oh, okay, all going according to plan. And then the fourth quarter comes around and they fold. They held on. So respect. I don't feel good about. I would not lay these points with the Sparks. I'm sorry. They're still not a team I trust.
I think I'm going to disagree, but I do want to point out that Mabry is actually alive. So you're looking at the Sun, who might be getting back one of their best players. She hasn't played since June 20th. So that is going to help them with scoring. The problem is with Mabry's first game back and with her tendency to shoot a lot, I question if she might shoot this team out of the game over the course of these 40 minutes. I feel like that could be an issue. The Sun were actually playing, I don't want to say well, because they were still losing some games, but at least they were competitive over the last couple games. They started to figure some stuff out offensively, and now you bring Mabry back into the fold, who might be fully rusty, might be jacking up a ton of bad shots. I am going to go with the Sparks here. I don't think they're a good team, but I think we'd agree that they have underachieved up to this point. They have a decent amount of talent with Riccio, with Plum, and with Hamby, and they're starting to look sharper offensively. And I think that the Suns' offense will just struggle to keep pace. So I'm going to go with LA in this one, minus the 6.5. I don't want to say that I've changed my tune about this team, but I do think they're trending in the right direction after being a laughingstock for the first couple months. So I'll take the Sparks minus 6.5. Am I going to bet that? I didn't say that, but I do think I'd rather lay it than take it in this matchup because I don't trust the Sun at all. And I think Mabry might shoot them out of the game.
Yeah, but it's less about not trusting the Sun and just the fact that you can't trust the Sparks in this spot. Like the winning as a dog and then coming back as a road favorite, and excuse me, a little tickle in my throat, and the fact that you have a team on the road this season giving up 86.4 points per game, 11th in WNBA. Like, I just can't trust teams that don't play defense laying points on the road because I don't think they're ever going to get enough stops. Yeah, they can put up the offense, and they probably will put up a fair amount of offense, and that's why this line is climbing from 167.5 last night to 169.5 right now. But I'm not a believer in this team being able to just go out here and cover as a favorite now. What are they when they're a favorite this season?
I'm sure it's really, really bad.
They haven't had too many opportunities, but they've been a favorite. They're 2-1 as a favorite, and that's been between this number 2-5, 2.5, and 5 and 7. So okay, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. I'm sorry.
It's fun. I don't think the team's good, but I think that the Sun are easily the worst team in the league. And I think well, I'll put it this way. When Angel Reese is in the lineup, I think the Sun are the worst team in the league. I got to specify because when she's out, damn, the Sky are terrible. But I do think for the sake of this matchup, the Sparks seem to be figuring out some things. Not everything, but some things. And you're looking at what the Sun have in the front court. Besides Tina, I'm not sold. I think Hamby could have a great game. I think that you're looking at all the options scoring-wise that the Sparks have. They just have more scoring depth, as far as I'm concerned. So in what should be a high-scoring game, I like the over in the game. I just think the Suns struggle to keep pace. I'll go Sparks by 10 for me.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm on Sun. Give me Sun +6. Sun on the money line. I think this is a Sun dog spot where they come out of All-Star break. You probably get a great game out of Marina Mabry. A lot of people have been coming off a long layoff and having good games. So what if Marina Mabry has the good game and the offense is clicking? Sanaya Rivers has already proven in the last matchup she can have good games against this team. And that leads me over to, well, first let's talk about before I get the props. Totals 169.5. I played the Sun team total over last night. I got it at 80.5. And that I just thought was too low. What's the updated number that now? It's probably at what 82.5 now?
82, probably 81.5, if I had to guess.
Let's see.
I'm assuming that it's around 81.5.
Yeah. Yeah, 81.5.
Yep. But
That
I don't
everywhere?
mind that. I like the over in general. I think the Sparks can score 90 plus in this game. There's a couple ways to get to the over, but I do think this total going up makes sense.
Yeah, it's the pace of the game. And defensively, I think Sanaya Rivers is going to create a lot of turnovers. I'm playing her points and assists. If I can ever get a line on it again, I'm playing her points and assists.
Yeah, the problem is she's playing so well, she's making the rest of the team look bad. At least defensively, she's trying her ass off. I can't say the same about her teammates, but she has had not double digits. She has had at
It's
least 2
9.5.
steals in 4 straight. So she has been very active defensively. She also blocks these amount of shots. She has had at least 1 block in what the hell is that? 4, 5, 6, 7 in 8 of the last 10 games. So she's actually really good defensively. The problem is nobody else on her team can guard anybody, and that's kind of the problem they run into. So we'll see. But I actually like Sanaya. I think she's pretty good.
Yep. I'm playing. I just saw 9. There's a 9.5 points out there somewhere. I'm playing it.
So
What else we got here, Scott?
I mean, for props, is there anybody you're tempted by? Because I might just go back to Hamby. There's really no reason for me to stop taking her based on the fact that it feels like they're playing through her a lot more. Her points are at 16.5. She's at least 17 in 6 of the last 7. Since coming back from the break, she had 21. She had 24 in that game against the Mystics. Had a monster game, too. She had 24 and 14. So I'll go with Hamby. The Sun are allowing the 4th most points in the paint, or 4th most points to opposing centers this season. I'll go back to Hamby in this matchup. I think it's a solid matchup. Give me the Hamby over 16.5 points.
I like it.
I'm not going to get creative. There's no reason why I should stop taking her.
Yep, no, I'm here. I agree. Let me see. What else? Anything else here? Tina Charles rebounds is interesting. So there's a path. I think we should go back to the Tina Charles double-double.
Okay.
I think this was the game he talked about it last time, and it didn't hit. But like,
To be fair, I should have specified during the show. I did also bet the default rebounds over, and that did cash. So at least I
yeah,
left with something.
yeah.
Shout out to Denzel.
I
I left
say
with
running
something,
back.
but yeah, I don't mind it. It was 7-1 last time. I got to see what the price is this time around.
7-1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm running back.
She was on pace at halftime. She just did absolutely nothing in the entire third quarter.
Yeah, she gets it this time. So in turn, that means I like Tina Charles over 22.5 points and rebounds.
Mhm.
She's been good in this matchup too. So
yeah.
And then a Mabry RA feels tempting because I just always remember her having like some 5 assists, 6 rebounds all the time. Like just random, these random, this is FanDuel has a 6.5. It says on the RA for Marie Mabry. Really? 6.5. 9, 9, 9, 9, 15, 8, 6, 10, 5, 14. Last 10 games from Maria Mabry. I guess she's coming off of injury, but yeah, I would play her over RA.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in Rakia as well. Shout out to her for helping us with the underdog last
Yo,
time.
and for waking up and remembering how to play basketball. Thank you so much.
Appreciated it, but
because it was a slow start. I thought we were done.
Her points are at 13.5. She has had at least 14 points in 5 straight, 22 points exactly in 2 straight, and she has scored 14 plus in 4 straight against the Sun. So I think Rakia is too low. Same thing that we did last episode. They bumped it up a little bit more, but it's not enough. I'll take the over on Rakia points. I mean, I think the Sparks might score 90-something points in this game, so I'll go Rakia on her points over. It was minus 125.
All right. Let's see. No, but Satu, Jamrock's kicks, talking about her. So I haven't heard anything about Marina Mabry having a minutes restriction, but Nate Tibbetts was very, very firm in the minutes restriction for Kalia Copper and Satu Sabli. Like he said it.
I faded Satu last night. It was a good time.
Yeah, he said it multiple times pre-game and was like, no, we're like really got them on the minutes restriction. So I'm not surprised. But like you had Jocko Jones that went out there and was just hooping. Like so you got players I feel like they've been coming back and having good games. At least those that aren't restricted. So good point. Let's double back with the beat writers and make sure Marina Mabry's no minutes restriction. All right. Anything else? I think we're good here.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Before we get to the next game of slate, gotta talk to you about Circa Millions and Circa Survivor, the greatest sportsbook in the world. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the biggest football contest in the world. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Grandissimo with over 21 million in grand prizes. You can't call yourself a true DJ if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. So hang out with Sean, Ryan, all the SGPN guys over there at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st through the 23rd, and get signed up. You can have a great time in Vegas. Get signed up for the contest. Hey, and we'll also give you 15% off a stay at Circa with promo code SGP15. So contests are open to anybody. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Best Ball Mania is happening right now all summer long. Draft season, training camps going on right now. Scott, did you know? Well, you probably did know. I would hope you know. I don't know, Scott. I really don't feel like your attachment to the Jets is very strong at all these days. But Justin Fields was carted off of practice earlier.
They said it was a toe injury, so I'm back to normal, I guess. So, yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm in a Jets group chat. Everyone lost their mind. I was,
I would have too lost my mind.
Correct, but then they said afterwards that he has a toe issue, and apparently somebody stepped on his foot. So this whole thing happened because he got cleated. So I guess nothing happened really.
Oh, all right. So we're good. We're good. Okay.
I think we're fine. It's a shame. Tyrod Taylor almost had his time to shine.
Yeah, man. What a Jet 2 holiday. I'm going to say that every time I think about the Jets. Jet 2 holiday. That's stuck in my head now. Have you heard that TikTok sound, Scott?
I told you I don't have TikTok.
Dude.
I get all of my content like a cultured individual through Instagram Reels.
I wonder if it made Instagram. It might be on Instagram Reels.
What did it do with the Jets, by the way?
What? It's like a Jet 2 holiday. It's some, I don't know, it's some infomercial that has now gone viral.
Because you brought up Fields, and I'm like, does that have to do with Underdog? Like, I don't know what's
happening. No. I was talking about Best Ball Mania because everybody's drafting. Oh, that's how we got here. Because
if I was going to be doing a Best Ball Mania draft, I'd be one of the last people to submit in the draft. Like, because I'm not going to worry about injuries in training camp. Give me the last day on sign up, and I'll be there. Right? I mean, you get more information out of it.
Yeah, no, right. But it's people like, Sean and Ryan, they start all the way back. Like, it's people that start before the draft, Scott.
Well, Kramer's doing 24-hour draft streams, so, like, that's not really a fair comp, to be fair. I don't think anybody else is doing that. But, I mean, I feel like, once again, if you sign up for Best Ball...
When's the last time he did that? We didn't do that again.
I don't know. When does your regular fantasy league do your draft? Do you do it before preseason, during preseason?
Redraft?
Yeah,
like redraft?
The redraft, yeah.
Yeah, like that Labor Day weekend.
We do it like last week of preseason. We're like right before the season, because why bother?
Yeah, and it normally falls around Labor Day weekend, I feel like.
Yeah, because the argument is, why would we have the draft earlier if somebody can just die in preseason? I know that most star players don't play as much anymore in preseason, but I'm sure we've all been there before. You've had somebody get seriously hurt. I drafted Andrew Luck a week before he retired. Fun fact. But you get what I'm trying to say, is that, I don't know, I feel like you might as well do your drafts later because you get more information.
Drafting Andrew Luck when he retired is like the worst luck in the world.
I had Roethlisberger as my backup, so it actually worked out pretty well for me that year. But yeah, Luck retiring a week later was not ideal. So
$2 million to first place, by the way, if you win that Best Ball Media, because we are in the middle of an Underdog Fantasy ad. $2 million to first place. And guess what? You don't have to worry about even trying to figure out what's going to happen if an injury happens in training camp, in the regular season, at all, because you're not setting lineups. You're drafting this team and it's just ready to go, a well-oiled machine. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN, claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code NBA SGPN. Oh, man. What a funny time.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas Aces on the road, going to play the Indiana Fever. Feel like we've seen this a million times. Fever catching 2.5. No, it's 2. A flat 2 at home. 164.5 is the total. That's gone up a little bit. I think Jackie Young's still good to go. They're not slowing down with her, giving her any rest, anything like that. Let's see. Caitlin, we already know, is out. Nope, good to go. Well, there's one bet you should already placed. Tasha Howard, man.
Yep.
Keep telling you. Flash is really, really good at basketball. They're going to continue to go to her because she can consistently get a bucket. She does what she needs to do. Like, I'm positive Natasha Howard is just in her era of, honestly, I just want to go hoop, guys. Don't really care about anything else going on. Just going to go play basketball. And we don't see her do anything else. Natasha Howard goes, plays basketball, and goes back home. That's it. Hey, guys. Oh, you need 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 from me today? Okay. All right. Oh, you don't need that from me today? You just need me to rebound? I got you. Okay. See you. Go home. You don't see her in no videos. You don't see her in nothing.
What did you think of their performance against the Liberty? Because for about 2.5 quarters, they looked pretty good. And then everything fell apart. But they did
in the last
give
quarter and a half.
Yeah, they did give the Liberty a decent run for their money for 2.5 quarters. And then, yeah, they couldn't grab a rebound. The offense struggled. And, of course, Sabrina had that crazy flurry there in the fourth quarter. But, yeah, I thought Indiana played better than I thought. But, damn, that team can't guard anybody. The Liberty are also the Liberty. They have a lot of talent. But Ionescu was terrible for 3 quarters. And the Liberty still just dominated offensively almost the entire game. That defense is a problem for the Fever.
Mm-hmm.
And in this matchup, I'm not going to say the Aces are back because they haven't really beaten anybody. They beat the Dream, though. Good win. Props to them. They blew them out in that fourth quarter, or, towards the end of the game. They look better. I got to at least point it out. I'll go with the Aces in this game personally. I kind of like how they're trending. I'm not saying they're back once again, but I do think they're playing better basketball than they had been playing earlier in the year. And the Fever are still missing Caitlin. Blindly fading them without Caitlin has been, I'd say, a rocky road so far because they did win the Commissioner's Cup title game without Clark, but it feels like that defensive, I'd say, spurt they had for like 2-3 games was just an aberration. It was just a fugazi because now they're back to playing bad defense without Caitlin. So I'll go with the Aces in this game. I like how they're playing.
I'm really not sold on either one of these two teams.
I'm not
honestly,
saying I am either, but at least the Aces are healthy and Asia's doing Asia things. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, but I mean, the Fever still went toe to toe with the Liberty for a half, and honestly, 3 quarters. 3 quarters. Yeah. It was the fourth quarter, and where they went on that horrific run. Other than that, they were punching toe to toe.
So you're going Fever?
I think I'm going Indiana. Yeah, I think I'm going Indiana. I'll just take the points here. I don't really. Because every time I sit here and I'm like, I don't know, I have been kind of bad going against the Aces. I just lost my lock going against the Aces, but I don't know, something just doesn't sit right with me. Indiana's here at home. Yes, I think Asia's gonna go off, but it's been too many disappearing acts. They've been talking in the chat about Jackie Young on the road and the difference between Jackie Young at home and on the road. And so if Jackie Young doesn't step up here, Jewel's not even looking towards the basket at times. I don't know what Chelsea Gray is out there doing. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I'd like to see better days for the Aces. And at least I can sit here and look at the Fever and say, hey, this is a team that is very frustrated with how they're playing without Caitlin Clark. And they're going out there and having some pride at home. I'll take the points.
All right.
Neither one of them can play defense either.
I like the over.
Yeah. I mean, neither one of them can get stops. Jesus Christ. This is horrible.
Yep.
Yeah, over. I couldn't talk anything off of maybe a first half over just in case this dies in the second half, but I can't really get. Let me see, what's the first half over numbers? 4-1 for the Fever in the last 5, 3-2 for the Aces, and then the Aces totals have died 2-3. Yeah, so a first half over between two sounds good. Fever first half 4-1 in the last 5. Let's go back to the last 10. What does that look like? Better for the Fever, 6-4, not as good for the Aces. 4-6. Yeah, first half over. I would still stick with it. A lot of points here. All right, play props.
So you already mentioned once again Natasha in this one, which I don't mind. I'm looking at Aaliyah Boston rebounds at 7.5. It's minus 115. We know the Aces are not a great rebounding team. They've been okay so far this season. But Aaliyah's been good against this team. She has had at least 8 rebounds in 4 of the last 5 meetings. She had 7 in the last meeting, so she missed it by the hook, but she only played 23 minutes in that game because they were up by, I don't know, about 90 points. So if she would have played a normal workload, she would have gone over as well for this matchup. So I like the fact that Aaliyah had 12 last game against the Liberty. It does feel like when there's a rebound that needs to be had, she's the one who's taking responsibility for it. And the Aces, rebounding-wise, have been inconsistent so far this season. So I'll go Aaliyah Boston over 7.5 rebounds at minus 115.
I like it. Let's see. The Natasha Howard play is 12.5 now, plus money at some shops. You can still find some 11.5s out there, though. What's the points and rebounds has been good too. But I just play the points. I like Scott's rebounds angle for Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, the Aces should have a plan for Kelsey Mitchell. But do they actually execute said plan? Ugh.
They look better against the Dream, but that's one game. They were not good defensively in the other games that they won. So.
Yeah, at this point, I just think Kelsey Mitchell just needs to be above 20 points. Above 20. Anytime you can sell me on Kelsey Mitchell going out scoring 20 points. So I guess I'll take over 19.5.
I was wondering if I wanted to go for an under-assist play on somebody for the Fever, but I think I'm good because I don't really trust the Aces to stop anybody.
No.
But I don't really have much else to add for this game.
Yeah. If I'm instead of betting Aces, I did what I always do. I just bet Asian.
Yeah.
So I took the points prop. 23.5. It's still at 23.5 too. Those slightly better odds, minus 104. Interesting. All right. That's it for that. Let's see. We've got one more game on the slate. Before we get to that, though, got to talk to you about mybookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including MLB, WNBA, golf, and your NFL futures. You can get all that over there at MyBookie. Plus, you can easy deposit and get lightning fast payouts with cryptocurrency. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And Scott, we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Make sure you tap into their power trends, AI detected patterns, where Rhythm shows you where they've had a great ROI, great hit rate. WNBA was at what was it, 63.6% win rate since the launch. Very good. That can only.
They went 3-0 last night. I tailed them.
Oh, there we go. Look at Scott. letting you know. Let's see what they've got up here today. What do I want to share with the people today? Oh, we talked about Tina Charles earlier, and I said something about Tina Charles rebounds. You said it too, and we talked about the double-double. Guess what's a power trend? Did you know that, Scott, when we was talking about it?
I actually did, but I didn't factor it into our conversation at all. But I remember
Tina
that was
Charles.
there.
Tina Charles, over 6.5 rebounds is a power trend. Rhythm predicts 8.7. That's it. You can get all of that and more because there's more up here. Like there's, ooh, this is a good one. Yeah, I'm about to play that. Play that one. There's some good stuff up there. So you could go, you could play that and more, but you have to get over there. Start a 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right. Last game up. I don't know. I'm kind of teased with 3 game slates. It's like I kind of want more. Like it gives me longing for more. That's why, like I'm cool with expansion. We just gotta wait a couple of years for the league to grow up to the expansion, so the expansion teams are better. But hey, well, nah, nobody's gonna be like the Valkyries. I'm not even gonna let that come out of my mouth. Ain't nobody gonna be like the Valkyries. Seattle Storm on the road, going to play Chicago Sky. Seattle's laying 9.5. 155.5 is the total. These lines have grown and shot down, large part because of the injury report. Ariel Hawkins out. Angel Reese questionable.
I would not be shocked if she sat in general because she's the best player on the team. Her back's hurting her. She missed the game before the All-Star break too. It wouldn't surprise me if she missed this game.
Michaela Onyenwere out. Skylar not on the injury report.
Well, that's important because they got buried against the Wings last time out, and I was wrong because I picked the Storm. But that was before.
Shout out to the Wings.
Shout out to the
Shout out
Wings,
to the
who were
Wings.
really bad in the first quarter and changed, then immediately just flipped the switch and killed them. At the same point, though, Diggins was a last-second scratch, so I didn't have that information at the time. But the Storm are a team that I really can't stand because when you try to put faith in them, they never show up. But having said that, if Angel Reese does not play, and we mentioned this with the last game against the Lynx, and that was only with Atkins missing, this team can't score. And they had a great first quarter. They were up by like 7. They were looking good. And I think they scored 44 points in the last 3 quarters combined. It was disgusting. So the issue is with this team, they can't score anyway. Atkins leading scorer. Reese is number 2 in scoring. If they're without both of them, they might not reach 70 points. Not because the Storm play great defense, but because this team actually has no offensive talent. So I think I have to go Storm, even though I recognize they got blown out against the Wings last game. But you can put an asterisk next to it because Diggins didn't play. But without Reese, they've played 1 game, and they lost by 37 points. Atkins, we know, is the best guard they have, which is not saying much, but still, their guard depth is god-awful. And Reese, I think, is the best player on the team. So I'll go Storm. I want confirmation if Reese is going to sit or not, but I think she might not play. I think it's a decent chance she doesn't play. So I'll go Storm in this game.
Okay. Very well put, Scott. Very well put. I will add this. For some reason, Seattle this season, when they are a favorite of 7 or more points,
I'm sure they're god-awful.
they are 1-7.
Yep, that sounds right. Yep, that sounds right.
And it's just like, who are you playing to be late? Who are you playing to be late? Those amount of points is still not covered. But I digress. I can't take this team with Kia Nurse. It's really hard taking the team with Kia Nurse leading them. And Michaela Onyenwere just further adds more minutes to Kia Nurse, who is a wild card, more minutes to Rachel Banham, who is a wild card at times. And like you said, the guard depth is just really, really bad.
You didn't even mention Van Lith, by the way, for good reason, but you didn't mention her.
Yeah. And maybe, there's a world where she comes out and she has this game, and it's like, yes, I'm able to play here too. And it's like, oh, okay, we didn't see it. It's the Van Lith game. Like, it could very well be that. With all of that being said, they still need Angel. And so if Angel doesn't play, I can't. There's no way I could possibly do anything with this guy.
I think we'd agree if Angel and we already know for a fact Atkins is out. If they're missing both players,
Yeah,
they're easily the worst team in the league, right?
yeah.
So you can argue even if Reese plays this game without Atkins, they might not be good enough anyway. But I think once again,
Because if Angel plays, the offense does, like, as long as those players hit shots, it really doesn't matter because Angel can run the offense and she can drive in, she can kick out, get offensive rebounds, kick out to open shooters. If they miss, she's right under there, clean it up, give them another shot. Like, it's so much different if she plays than if she doesn't. If she doesn't play, it's clear cut. You gotta just lay the chalk with the Storm.
it's also
But
enough. Well, sorry, I'll let you finish your point.
yeah, but if she does play, then I'm perfectly fine taking 9.5 points with the Sky and just watching to see what happens because that's just how untrustworthy the Storm have been in these situations, even with Skyler. But
Yeah, I get it. I think my counterpoint, though, I know the Lynx are the Lynx, but with Reese playing without Atkins in the last game, those last three quarters were just atrocious.
mhm.
Just watching it
But there's also the
unfold.
links.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of tough. I got to take it with a grain of salt. The Storm defensively, I believe, are top 5 in defensive rating in the league this season, even though they don't actually look like it half the time.
No, they
But
don't. That's why I'm really not concerned about the Storm. Like, whatever love I had for the Storm in the beginning of the season is really not there right now. Like, they're just kind of a middle of the pack team that's just floating along to me.
I get that. I mean, watching Reese, though, operate without Atkins last game, yes, it was the Lynx, but it was not pretty either. She was one turnover away from a triple-double with turnovers. It was a mess. There's really no way around it, and I do think the Sky might have one of those quarters again where you look up and it's a close game, and 5 minutes later, they're down 12. And they haven't scored a point in about 4.5 minutes. Like, I can see that happening in this game. And I feel like that's always the scare that I have backing the Sky right now without Atkins. Without even mediocre guard play, they're always in danger of giving up a 10-0 run because they can have a quarter where they score like 10 points.
Mhm.
And at that point, you're in serious trouble. So I'll go Storm here, hoping that with Skylar back, they bounce back from that ass kicking they took against the Wings. It's mostly just wanted to fade Chicago. I know Reese was questionable last game she played. Took a bit of a hard fall towards the end of the game, so I'm not sure if she re-aggravated something. With her back on that, we'll see. But I can't trust the Sky at all. So I'll go Storm, but I recognize how annoying the Storm are to back.
Yeah. Uh, I think the line does go up more. I'm in
It
the
should.
chat now. I think that the chat's asking if the line goes up more if Reese gets that ruled out. Yeah, I do think it. I does think.
What do you think,
I
11 and
do
a half?
think it.
12 and a half?
Yeah. I was just 10.5.
Okay.
I think it just goes up 10.5. But I would still be fine with 10.5. I would play if she doesn't play. I would play the Storm up to 12.5. 13 points sounds reasonable for. I mean, it should sound reasonable, but again, the Storm they've been big favorites before, and they haven't been able to get it done. So I leave it at that. I think the Valkyries was one of those games too. By the way, might have been two of those games. All right. Well, 155.5 is a really low total.
I understand it, because I'd rather take the Sky team total under personally. Sky can't guard anybody. I believe the Sky are the worst defensive team in the league. According to defensive efficiency, I think they're dead last. But offensively,
And you took
they're
their
awful.
two best defenders off the team.
Yeah. So there is a chance the Storm carry a game towards the over, but I'd rather just expect the Sky to score like 69 points and we'll go from there. So I can see the Storm winning this game, for example, like 83-69, something like that, where the game goes under. Might be a bit of a sweat there, but it's only going under if the Sky go under their team total, as far as I'm concerned.
So you have that game against Atlanta that they did, and Angel didn't end up playing, and Ariel didn't end up playing, and
But
it
they scored
was
49 points.
yes.
They scored 49 points. In 40 minutes, they scored 49 points.
Oh man. I'm talking about some people put that up at a half.
Yeah. 49 points in an entire game.
You can't bet this team if Angel doesn't play, man. You can't. You
I
literally
think the
cannot
argument,
bet
though,
them
is
if Angel doesn't play.
I think the argument, though, without knowing for certain if she's going to play or not, is you go Sky team total under anyway. Because without Angel and without Atkins, there's no chance they go over. But even with Angel playing, they still can, in theory, go under. So you're not dead if you end up betting the team total under now. But if Angel doesn't play, you're pretty much cruising, right?
I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on betting it if on the under if Angel doesn't play. Because again, it was Minnesota and they guard her pretty
Yeah.
well. If Angel has a 20, 10 and 6 type of game, that can lead to about 75 points.
It can. I
with the
just think
team.
6 assists is very generous with the supporting cast.
Just got to stand there and hit the shot. That's all I need. I
Okay.
don't need you to just stand there and hit the three when she gets to you. All right. And the Sky been good covering, like for the most part. Like it's just they need the players. They need the players because whatever that was with against Atlanta was wild. You can't bet him if Angel doesn't play. All right. Player props. Yo, Gabby covered 24.5, by the way, Scott.
I know, but you went over the rebounds by the rebounds itself, so there you go. So shout out to Gabby for cashing. But anything you like? Because for the Sky, I have absolutely nothing good to say. For the Storm, I think you can make an argument that it's a good matchup for everybody involved. Gabby should have a solid game, but will they bench everyone for the fourth quarter? Maybe, but the Storm, as you said, are really bad as favorites, so they might let this team hang around. But is there anything that you're really tempted by in this game?
I want to bet Skylar.
That's what I was tempted by too. But I was going to say, I don't believe I see a line on Diggins.
No. That's the first. That is the first thing. I mean, the first thing I wanted to do was bet Skylar. They can't stop anything in the backcourt. So in tune, yeah, Gabby's probably gonna have a good day. I mean, everybody, yeah, you can really abuse and inside the paint, especially if Angel doesn't play.
Do you think that's more of an Ezzy game, or do you think that would be more of a NECA game?
I mean, what's Ezzy? Are they even dropping lines on Ezzy? Ezzy's probably at like what 9.5.
I have to check.
10.5 now.
10.5, yeah. Which, historically speaking, she has been quite good against this team. As she has had 13 points in 3 straight against the Sky. She has had at least 13 points in 4 of the last 5 games. So, could be a good opportunity for her. So, keep that in mind.
Bounce back game after not doing that in the last game. Because
look,
y'all, whatever y'all was doing against the Wings, and that's what I just keep going back to. Y'all really just got smacked by the Wings. Like, really got. Man, I was so right in being iffy about Seattle. I really didn't want to be right though. So that's why I've really got an asterisk over Seattle right now. But
I'm going to have to wait for injury news to confirm about Reese, but if Reese is out, give me Cardoso over rebounds. That's a no hesitation play. But I need confirmation if Reese is going to be out before I actually bet that.
No. I don't know. They might not. Seattle might not miss enough shots.
I get it. Just based on the opportunity that's there.
They might not miss enough shots. Oh,
Even in the 49-point game, Cardoso had a solid rebounding game because nobody else bothers to contest for rebounds. So I'll take Cardoso, but I might try to hope for a delayed pulling of a line when I get confirmation if Angel sits or not. That might be how I approach it. So, you have anything else you want to add?
No.
I think I'll throw in one more. I know the Sky's 3-point defense is the worst 3-point defense in the league, but Gabby's at 1.5 threes at minus 122. I actually like the under on her threes. Gabby has really not been shooting well from the outside, and her attempts have really been going down lately. I mean, for good reason, I guess. If you're not going to hit it, then why are you shooting it? But you're looking at her threes recently, and she has made less than 2 threes in 4 straight. In fact, she's made 2 3-pointers in the last 4 games combined. So she's had less than 4 attempts in 3 straight. I just don't see enough volume for Gabby, who's not shooting the ball well. You could argue that maybe she gets pulled again early if they're up by a ton. 1.5 threes, though, does feel pretty high. So I'll go with the under on Gabby threes at -120.
All right. Think that's it for me. Lock, dog, underdog. Yeah, the Hulk Hogan news is crazy. Lock. Already played Seattle, not Seattle, Sun, same total over. Mentioning that, Scott. Just throwing that out there. I need another lock.
Okay.
I do like points. Is it going to be the Sun? Oh no, I can't go back to back wings, Sun, can I? I shouldn't.
I mean, you can. It's our show.
I shouldn't. I don't want to fade Vegas either. Yeah, let's just go with the over in that game, 164.5. No, let's go first half over. Because Indiana does like to get out to a hot start in Indiana too. 80.5. All right, I can do that. Let me see. First half over, Vegas Fever 80.5. Let's see. Dog. Oh yeah, just give me the Sun. Because you know what? I did this one time. I remember I did this one time when I was betting the what was it? The Chicago Sky. You know what? When in doubt, just randomly take the plus 200 that you're getting against the Sparks. And it hit. I remember it was a game on the road in Chicago. And I was like, just randomly take the plus 200 with the Sparks. And it was the Sky. The Sky were horrible, and it hit. Right now, the Sun are horrible, but for some reason, they're plus 215 to go against the Los Angeles Sparks. And I promise you, the Sparks should not be laying that amount of juice against anybody. So I'll just take the Sun money line. That's the dog.
All right. So for my lock, did I want to go back to Gab or did I want to get creative? I think I'll go creative for this one. I'm going to go with Ezzy, actually. I'll take the Ezzy over 10.5 points at -102. She's been very good lately. She had a no-show game against the Valkyries. She bounced back first game back, despite the Storm only scoring 63, and despite them not having a point guard, basically. She ended up having 12 points in that game, but she has been good at scoring recently. Ezzy, if you want to go through the actual numbers, has scored at least 12 points in 5 of the last 6. She's had 13 points in 3 straight against this team, and the once again Sky are allowing the third most points in the league. I'll go with Ezzy over 10.5 points at -102 as my lock. For my dog, I'm going to go with Rakia over 17.5 points plus 200, which I think is a very generous line at 17.5. She has had at least 19 in 2 of the last 3 meetings against the Sun. We know the Sun stink at defense, and she has had at least 19 points in 3 straight. But I do think that facing off against the team allowing the most points per game in the league, a player who's had 22 points in 2 straight, plus 200 for 18 feels very generous. Give me Rakia over 17.5 points plus 200.
All right. Underdog.
I don't know if you wanted to just recycle the Rakia default points because she did come through.
So we're cool. We're hoping for, if she starts off slow, another second half surge. I don't know. No. I'm really anti Sparks today.
Okay.
But we can if you really want to. We can.
Once again, we can just back one player instead of backing the actual team. We can skip it if you want to. I'm just throwing out ideas.
We can play Rakia.
I still think based on just Rakia's overall talent, that line is just too short.
Yeah. It needs to be at 15 at least. At least. You're right. It's cool. Let's see. I put Natasha Howard in there, by the way.
That's fine.
Did I say that?
Yeah, that works.
I didn't know if I did it, but I didn't know if I said it.
What is her points at again? Is that 12.5 again?
These are 12.5.
Cool. And I know I gave out Ezzy, but we don't have to because the Storm are a fake team half the time.
No, I mean I'm cool with Ezzy. I wouldn't, but they are. Gabby, I wouldn't mind. 24.5. I wouldn't mind.
Sure, yeah, let's do it that way because I didn't take Gabby. That's fine. It's tradition.
Let's throw Gabby in there. Gabby Williams hired 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Tasha Howard hired 12.5 points. Rakia Jackson hired 13.5 points. Wow, this is a lot of plays that we just like. Add that in Underdog, 6x. $100, get you $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lock that in. All right, Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
No, once again, 3 games, so we'll see how that goes, but can't complain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm playing. Oh, also, don't forget, Tina Shaw's double-double. Thank you for reminding me. Somebody said something about
7-1,
Tina
I
Shaw's.
think.
Yep. Got to play that.
All right.
All right. With that, that is it. He's at Rush already. I'm at really raw __. Make sure you give us a follow. 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. It takes 2 seconds. Just head over to Apple, Spotify, even if you don't listen on podcasts. 2 seconds. Head over there. Just give it a 5-star rating and review. Other than that, yes, Hulk Hogan night. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Favorite individual? Maybe not, but still. I feel like 71 is young. I feel like that's young. What is a proper? I mean, I guess there's not a proper age, but like I feel like that's young.
I feel like it is too, but then again, I don't actually know if that's old for a wrestler. I feel like a lot of wrestlers die young.
Good point. But there are some ones that are pretty up out there. Wow.
Ric Flair's still around, right?
Oh, dude, yes.
Didn't he have a wrestling match like 3 years ago or something crazy?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago. I'm
just saying. So I feel like once again, 71 sounds young, but for wrestlers who, to be honest, have pumped themselves with steroids for their entire lives, I think 71 is actually not that bad.
Wow, man.
When you think about it that way, I know it's depressing, but there are a lot of wrestlers that die young.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, might have to drop a 30 for 30. All right. Nothing else to say, nothing else to do, no other way of ending the podcast. Just end it like this. We are out of here.